Hello and welcome back to our Final Fantasy II Blind Let's Play. Last time, we had made it to the town of Salamand. We saved its enslaved populace from the Semitt Falls Mythril mines. And now today, well, we've got some adventuring to do. We've claimed ourselves some Mythril and we need to return it back to Altair. However, we also found ourselves with 6,000 gills, so I think we'll do some preparation. Actually, finally buy some more equipment and the like. Let's see. Well, a mace doesn't look too bad. We compare it to what Minwu currently has equipped. He has very low magic interference, meaning his magic's pretty potent. However, he also basically only has white magic. Additionally, I'm also still getting the impression that we might not necessarily have Minwu permanently, so I'm not fully worried about his equipment at the moment. He's quite stronger than everyone, anyway. Let's see, we already have a longsword for Firion, and a battle axe for Guy. Don't really think that we need a longbow right now, so no weapons acquired. However, we do have some armor to look at. Could be quite nice. Let's see, so we do have a bronze shield. That compares rather favorably to our buckler. I think I'll go grab that. Go ahead and equip it onto Firion. Nice. Let's see, bronze helms. Let's see, we'll go ahead. So everyone's got leather caps on. It's not a major magic interference increase, so we'll go ahead and buy 3 and give them to everyone. Does come with an evasion drop, but that's okay. Let's see, bronze armor doesn't actually look like anyone can currently equip, or is it just even? Might be even. Ah, yeah. It's actually just worse than a copper cuirass, it seems like. Bronze gloves, though. That's some pretty high magic interference. I think I will buy only 2. Firion, I think we're just going to accept is always going to have high magic interference. I think we're fine with him being sword and shield the majority of our time right now. Let's see, we'll try and keep Maria's magic interference as low as possible. But Guy, since we're focusing on support, I don't yet understand the ramifications of magic interference at the moment, so we can hope that perhaps it'll be minimized. The effects will be minimized on someone who's more of a support caster. Let's see, don't really have anything I'm looking to sell right now. I wonder if the item shop has ethers. We did encounter last time some mana issues with the very end, and some enemies that really required magic, and currently we do not have a good way to regain MP. I think I will go ahead, since I have the money, grab some more status restore items. Moving curses and amnesia seems valuable. They do have ethers, but they are pretty expensive. I'll grab 1 as an emergency ether, because I do want to save the rest of my money for magic shopping. So, let's see here. Alright. We have Sap, Life, Warp, and Teleport. So we already have Teleport on Maria. I don't think I need to purchase that at the moment. See, Sap reduces MP. Usually these types of spells, unless they absorb NP, I don't particularly use. Their value rarely shows up. We might encounter enemies that we want to lower the MP of, but until then, I think I'll go without. I do want life, though. I think I want 2 life. Warp is pretty interesting. So teleport can take us out of the dungeon. This can take us to the previous floor and banishes a target to another dimension. Let's try it out. Why not? Life, I'm going to put on Maria, and on Guy. Warp, I think I'll actually put on Guy as well. So, let's see. Yeah. So teleport uses HP to do so. Warp can take us to the previous floor without using that, which is rather nice. Oh, and we still actually need to go to the inn. Hopefully we have enough gil to afford the trip. The rest, just barely. Doesn't look like we'll likely be affording Sid's airship, though. That's alright, though. Okay, well, I think with that, we're ready to depart from Salamand. Time to make our journey back. All the way to Altair. We've gone quite a ways. We'll use a mass fire there, and everyone else can just attack. Really effective strikes. Now, our party's feeling pretty strong. These kind of encounters are hardly an issue for us at this point. Okay, so I think here is where we want to go. Can easily beat a single soldier. Easy win. Alright. Alright, what was the name of this town again? Let's see, Paloom was the port town near Altair. This one is... Oh, I guess I'll find out as soon as I enter. Poft, that's it. I think they also had some magic that was interesting, or was it just the shell? Maybe I'm thinking of, Bask? Bask? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, don't really need that right now. We'll go without... I just need a ride. So I guess 32 to... Boom? Okay. Got some Mythril to deliver. Right, I don't think I even need to stay in Paloom at the moment. We can just cross through this lake. Cross this river, just because. We're nearly back in Altair. Feels like forever since we've been here. Quite the trip up north. Wow, oh, a huge hit, guy. Really solid. Okay. Back in Altair. Hilda, we return! The Empire also suffered heavy losses at the Battle of Finn. They're building the Dreadnought in Bask to help compensate for those losses. Let's learn the term Dreadnought. Ask about airship. A man named Sid, the former captain of Finn's Order of the White Knights, built an airship. It's a ship that sails the skies, but the airship captivated him, body and soul, and he soon left Finn. We are poorer for his absence. I am told he now lives in Poft, granting travelers passage on his airship for a price. He then uses the money to make further renovations on his airship. So the story goes. Gotcha. Let's see. You asked about Mythril. Please lose no time in bringing back the Mythril, and we'll ask about the Dreadnought. The Empire is using the people of Bask to build the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought itself is a massive, heavily armed airship. Well, we already know the term airship. But we have brought back... Mythril! You found the Mythril! Now we'll finally be able to fight the Empire on equal footing. Please take the Mythril to Tobal, the town blacksmith. I'm certain you'll be able to use it to make use of magnificent weapons. Sounds great. I did notice, didn't seem like Paul is back. From Master Thief, wonder we'd be seeing him again on the road. Tobal, I think we recall him being in the weapons shop. Here. Hail, Tobal. I wonder if you know anything. You happen to know anything about Mythril?
If I had some Mythril, I bet I could make some mighty impressive weapons and armor.
How about the airship? Okay. Then let's just give you some Mythril.
Oh, that's Mythril. I've been waiting for the chance to work this metal for as long as I can remember. Alright, leave the rest to me. Swords, armor, you name it, I'll start crafting. It's been too long since I let my hammer ring.
Pretty exciting. You know what we'll get.
You can buy equipment I made over at the shop counter. This'll keep my hands full, I tell you that.
Guess he's now a busy fellow.
No time to talk, there's work to be done.
And another shopkeeper. Alright, Mythril weaponry. Oh, too bad we are very broke at the moment. We're definitely going to want some of this. It's very strong. Okay. Well, let's... I think we'll be back at Altair soon. We want to make some money. Have some options from that. Actually, we could sell some of our old equipment. Seems unlikely that we'll use it for anything. I'm always hesitant to sell anything in JRPGs because you never know, especially when they have a crafting system. But it doesn't seem like it's present in this game, so we might be able to get away with it. We don't need this. We don't need clothes anymore. We need clothes. We don't need an axe. We can do without leather gloves, leather gloves. We don't need leather caps anymore. Okay. That does make us enough to buy something. I think we'll go ahead. Let's grab the most expensive thing we got, the Mythril sword. Give that to Virion. Then we'll be back for further Mythril equipment and have more money. But okay, it seems likely that our next port of call is going to be Bavsk. However, we're likely going to need the assistance of Cid. And Cid will probably need Gil, so we're going to need to make some money on the way. We're going to have to see if we can stop the Dreadnought. Goblins! Beat that room and make our way back to the loom. Okay, let's make a quick save. Beat up this hornet. These hornets. Straightforward enough. Okay. Yep, we're looking to make it back to Poft. Well, now we know the term Dreadnought. Maybe Cid might be able to... He might be able to assist. More willingly. He was at the bar. His bar full of clones. They all still exact clones, they sure are. Here to ride the airship, if you got the cash, there's no place I can't take you. Let's ask you about the Dreadnought.
That oversized garbage scow. Airships aren't about how big you build them. Airships are all about what they can do.
Seems reasonable. Let's see, don't necessarily have a key item we want to give him. And we'll need money if we want to use the airship. Let's find out what it actually would cost. Alright, so he can transport us to different places. Bavsk, Salamand, Semitt Falls. Kashuan is interesting. I don't think we've been to Kashuan. Gatria, Finn, and Altair. All of these pretty expensive. So we're just going to be on the road for a while. Making back our money after getting pretty solidly equipped. We do remember where Bavsk is. Ahead we have to face a legion of Sasquatches. Let's take them on. doesn't seem like they care that much about thunder, even reduced as a spread spell. Didn't seem super effective. Da-da-da. Got the soldier we can easily take out. As I recall, Bafsk has been pretty solidly taken over. Nice blue sword that we could. So I guess Mythril is blue? Well, it'll be nice to get more Mythril. Or rather, Mythril equipment. Okay. Here in Bafsk. You'll need a pass to board the Dreadnought. Hey, everybody wants to talk. You're with the rebels, right? You've got to destroy the Dreadnought. We're gonna need to find a pass, huh? I don't feel like working at all with that buffoon Borgin in charge. The thought of doing anything for his precious glory makes me sick to my stomach. You know, with all the conflict that we've been happening, it is easy to forget that these Imperials are still people, even if they don't exactly act like it. This Borgin person seems like they've been pretty... They've become pretty influential. They seem to be the main administration we've heard of. I haven't heard of anybody else. There's the Emperor of what was Palamecia, but we don't even have a name for him. The only early name we have is Borgin. Ooh, that guy's a bit different. Let's see. So previously when we came here, nobody was willing to talk. I guess that's because there was a Dark Knight here? They're making us work like slaves. I hate that Borgin. Being used by a man like that really makes my blood boil. It's weird, though. I can't seem to remember what things were like when the Dark Knight was in control. Interesting. Perhaps using some sort of magic to control people?
Get back to work!
I swear, no one wants to work under General Borgin. I am presuming that might be Borgin himself right there, the man who betrayed the kingdom. General Borgin is not dealing with these peasants as he should be. Well, we'll see about that. There's a rebel spy masquerading as an Imperial soldier. You can get to him. Sure, he'll have some important information for you.
When is the Dark Knight coming back? At this rate, we're going to fall behind schedule for sure.
So are you Borgin, the man I've heard so much about?
What's this? Back to work! Work, I say! If we finish even one day sooner, my glory will be exponentially greater.
Wow, so he's that kind of guy, huh? Yeah, seems real popular. Obsessed with nothing but glory. Look, I think I had an idea as to that spy. This guy standing right here. General Borgin took command of things in Bafsk a short while ago. Things have gotten much easier than they were under the Dark Knight. Hard to believe a bumbling idiot like Borgin could become a general in the Imperial Army. Oops! Oh, you didn't hear that. Well, let's ask you about Wild Rose. Aha! You're one of us. I had to be careful about what I did when the Dark Knight was here looking over my shoulder. But the Grey to General Borgin is anything but. He's just a domineering blowhard. Well, let's ask you about Dreadnought. So you're the ones they've sent to destroy the Dreadnought. Don't worry, I'm on your side. There's an entrance to the sewers up ahead. It's a back way leading to the Dreadnought. Be careful. They see us talking, they might start to get suspicious, so I'm out of here. Good luck. Nice! It seems we might already be ready for our next dungeon. Oh, let's see what we're talking about. The Bafsk Cave. We're going to want to be cautious and reserve as much of our MP as we can. We've got wings and soldiers. Nothing too challenging thus far. Found really missed the soldier, that's unfortunate. Who knows how large this dungeon is? Some cool Imperial sounding music though. I really like it. It's like a grand march. Sweet. Good hits. Yeah, this place is full of soldiers. Longsword. Don't really need it now that we have our Mythril sword, but it's going to be some good selling fodder. Let's see. Furion. We'll use some of your MP for this. Even though you currently still have the highest magic interference. That does mean we can kind of use your magic a bit more willy-nilly. Da-na-na-na. Got hornets and vampire thorns. Nice. Good block. Keep beating and battering the enemy. Perfect. Let's see. We've got zombies here too. Frightening to think of what power this Emperor might have to be command over the undead. Okay. Okay. Yeah, nothing too rough thus far. Na-na-na-na. Ambushed by leg eaters and vampire thorns. I'm surprised that we're still facing leg eaters at this point. They are perhaps maybe tied with goblins as the weakest enemy we can face at the moment. Whatever. We'll keep barreling through. Ooh, that was a cool violin line. Alright, let's unleash a Mass Fire 3. Woo! Even fortunate that every time they use self-destruct, they miss. One of them's looking to flee. Good miss. Yeah, real curious as to how intense that self-destruct might be. Hopefully we won't have to find out. Not a longbow. If you ever feel like using one, you have it available. You guys, preserve your magic. Let's go ahead and just use a Mass Cure from Dreadnought. Excellent. Okay. So we're heading up at this point. Barely any damage dealt to the soldier. These balloons, they just so badly want to self-destruct. Okay. Ooh, ambushed. Rough. Good miss. Alright. We'll use a Mass Fire here. I do recall balloons being pretty weak to fire. Nice. Okay. Oh. I'm having to go through a maze here. Kind of tricky. Oh. Let's see. Gonna be dealing with lots of dead ends. Fortunately, our fire is strong enough to where these balloons won't be causing us too much trouble. Woo! Man. Alright, let's actually use a Mass Blizzard here. Good block. Ooh. Some unfortunate poison on Minwu, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Deadhead. First time facing one of these. They seem like he might be pretty resistant. No, doesn't look like he's very resistant to physical. Phew, terrible miss there. But took care of it. Nice. More balloons. Nothing some fire won't be able to take care of. Beautiful. Alright, some regular attacks should be able to take care of this encounter here. Nice! More balloons. We'll let Maria take care of this one. Quick baptism by fire. Wow, Minwoo's already up to 400 HP. Oh, looks like we've got ourselves a guy blocking our way. Is this our Dark Knight?
You're too late! The Dreadnought is complete. I've been working behind the scenes to see the project through to completion. End your resistance. Kneel before your emperor. It is the only alternative left here. Consider what I've said. When the time comes, we will meet again.
Well, seems not. Looks like you've come all this way for nothing. See for yourselves. Alright, Borgin. Oh. Whoa. That's a concerning sight. Whoa! That was Poft. Wait, I think that's Altair. Oh, shit. That's not good. Alright. We're gonna have to see how things are looking. This is where Gorgon will stand. Hopefully everyone's okay. Go. That Dreadnought did seem like it had some pretty destructive power. We did find a pass, though. It's a good find. Ominous dark crystal purple tile? What's the worst that can happen? Leave? What do you know? Okay, we do want to get to Altair as soon as possible. And Poft, of course. Before that, we do have the opportunity to do some shopping. The Dreadnought! We're doomed! They finished the Dreadnought. The world we know is over. You have to tell Princess Hilda the Dreadnought's been completed. She may know how to stop it. Well, it's a little bit worrying that, hopefully it wasn't Altair that was hit, but it really looked like it. The Dreadnought is headed for Poft. Maybe it's already too late. I think it's already hit Poft. at least the Imperial presence has departed from here, but I think they're on a bit of a crusade. Let's get some rest first. Feel like we're gonna need our full strength available to us if we're gonna take this one. Pop by the magic shop, see if there's anything we can acquire. I do think I'm gonna want Estimate, just in case. Let's put that on, right? And as much as I'd love that silver armor, I think I'm going to save the rest of what I've got for the journey ahead. Okay, let's make our way back to Poft and see how things are looking. Singular vampire thorn standing on our way isn't too big of a deal. We could hope everyone's alright. Obviously, the lives of the populace take priority. But another immediate concern I can think of is Poft is no longer available. We might struggle to get back to Altair. Let's see. Yeah. Town's ravaged by clear explosions, but at least it looks like most of the people are okay. We were attacked by the Dreadnought. They're dead. They're all dead. Well, what I just said aged immediately very poorly. The ship's still available to Bloom. That's good. Whoa, Sid's clones. Where are they at? Let's see. We can ask them about the Dreadnought again. Man, I can't land on a particular voice I want to use for Sid. Let's go with, What you want to do is blow up that thing's engine. Do that, and you can bring down the whole overgrown tub. Let's see. So we still have you available to take us places, though Altair's a pretty expensive trip. Man, brutal. Poft is looking rough. Oh, it does seem like all the... Okay, so it seems many other shops have actually been updated to carry Mythril equipment now. That's pretty exciting, expensive as it is. Though, of course, it doesn't really, make up for the fact that these towns have been ravaged. Let's see. Well... continue journeying. Back to Altair. We'll pop by Paloom real quick just to see if they've suffered any. Jeez. Paloom too.
I think I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, the Empire's really struck this hard immediately.
Daughter. That was my daughter.
Shit.
A Dreadnought attacked and destroyed its entire town.
Well, some buildings still stand at least. Still though, absolute tragedy. What I'm really concerned about is Altair. This place has basically become our home. But it's the base of operations for the current rebellion. This place has been struck, then we're in a pretty bad position. Even Altair. Is anyone around? Nobody's outside. Seems everyone's sheltering. Seems everyone's sheltering here, excuse me. That's good at least. There's a man in Poth named Sid who just might know if the Dreadnought has any weaknesses. Sid was the first person to ever build an airship, and the Dreadnought's really nothing but a big airship, right? He did mention that we want to hit the engine. The Dreadnought attacked, but at least our hideout is still safe. Good, this place is solid. Everybody who was outside is dead. Jeez. And Gordon? We'll look around and see if we can find him. If we don't destroy the Dreadnought, the casualties will only mount. We'll stay here and hold out until you return.
Please, Lord, save our king.
I'm scared. Prince Gordon's disappeared. Wonder where he's gone. Well, yes, disappeared is better than dead.
Altair wasn't spared the Dreadnought's assault. Lucky for us, the hideout was unharmed. The townspeople have taken refuge here.
Check on everybody. What's the king doing? You know anything about the Dreadnought?
What? The Empire would dare build such a weapon. This is the first I've heard of such a thing. So that's the way of it. They didn't even tell me for fear of worrying me.
Yeah, that might have been the explosions you heard outside. Okay. Let's check in with Hilda, see what our next plan of attack is.
You see, it happened just as I said it was. Obviously, the task was more than you could handle.
Well, alright, old man, jeez. We tried our best. Saved Salaman.
After all that, we finished the Dreadnought anyway. Incidentally, I believe the king had something to tell you.
Really? Many were wounded in the Dreadnought's attack. The shock has even caused my father's condition to take a turn for the worse. I hate that my father has to see this. He knows. He knows his death is near. Is there nothing you can do, Minwu?
All those who live will someday die. It is our fate.
See.
Still, it is my duty as a white wizard to ease the pain of those who suffer. I shall remain here and devote myself to the care of the wounded. I take my leave of you. The fate of the world rests on you, Furion. Waste no time in destroying the Dreadnought. Gotcha. And Wu left the party. Well, as much as I anticipated, it's still sad to see him go. But he has more important duties here. My father's condition has improved a great deal thanks to Minwu. Do you have any thoughts on the Dreadnought? Many lives were taken. How are we supposed to fight something so terrible? Excellent question. Sid mentioned that we can hit the engine, but we're gonna have to reach the Dreadnought in the first place. See if the king has anything new to say. Hey, Minwu. No, we just saw you, but the king's illness goes far beyond the physical. There's little I can do. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, we'll ask you about the airship. Sid gave up all he had for his airship. His rank, his honor, his family, everything. And the Dreadnought? The Dreadnought is a massive airship. It is likely they both function on the same principle. Makes sense. How you doing, King? So many perished in the Dreadnought's attack. Perhaps it would be best if we surrendered to the Empire. Can't start thinking like that. Gotta keep the fight up. No one knows more about airships than Sid.
It was such a fine night, twins. Oh, how men change. Okay. Things not well, huh? Well. Seems like that our next port of call is back to Poft. Might want to see if we can convince Sid to help out. Hard to say. Didn't seem particularly interested. He at least recognized the danger of the Dreadnought, but also didn't respect it very much. But with the reality of things setting in, maybe. Just maybe. But now, back down to 3. We'll have to do our best without Minwoo. Yeah, I think before heading back to Pa, I want to visit Gatria. Been a while since we've been there. It's just to check it out. After all, that's one of the first towns I went to. And depending on the path of Dreadnought's assault, Gatria may have been hit as well. We want to check on the people there. It's very small, Tammet. So far, it seems like they've been spared. That's good. Or not. The Dreadnought. The Dreadnought killed them all. Jeez. Gatria is completely empty. Seems they at least got their vendors. That's a plus, I guess? Hard to really call it that. Alright. Suppose we're at least more resolute in our purpose now. We've got to stop the Empire. With a clear goal, too. The Dreadnought. Let's make our way back to Poft. See what we can figure out. Quick save? Or not a quick save, but a save. I'll take the opportunity, just in case. Okay. Let's see. Yep, we've got to make it to Poft. Gotta see Sid again. Here we are. Anything new to say, Sid? You want on the airship, you pay the guy behind me. Okay. Nothing new. Doing a pass, got a ring, got a canoe. Airships are powered by sunfire. I'm sure the Dreadnought's no different. Sunfire. Let's ask about that. Controlling sunfire is a tricky business. Let the flames get too high and you got a runaway on your hands. The engine will blow sky high. Alright. Interesting. And now we're going to need to learn where exactly the Dreadnought is. Last we saw it was heading west. Could be back at Finn. Got quite the mission ahead of us. And a single sprinter to beat us up. Or rather for us to beat up. But alright, I think that's where we're going to end it for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like, leaving a comment, subscribing. Next time, hopefully we'll figure out what next to do about the Dreadnought, using Sid's notes about Sunfire. An absolute tragedy is taking place today. We can't let it happen again. See you guys next time.